Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Surati Kadir, bringing you news from Oromia, Ethiopia, the Horn region and the world here on the Oromia Media Network. Oromo members of the diaspora have held a protest calling on the government of the United Kingdom to do more to stop the ongoing war in Oromia. Members of the Oromo community have denounced the extrajudicial killings, beatings, arbitrary arrests and all-round volatile human rights conditions that the Ethiopian government has created in Oromia. Also bringing attention to the fact that the Ethiopian Parliament have been continually silent on all of the above matters. The protest called on the government of the United Kingdom to take more proactive action to see the Ethiopian government and the Oromo Liberation Army return to the negotiating table, to understand that the position of the OLA is to use armed struggle as a means to end the cyclical human rights violations in Oromia, and finally the protests called for an end to the violence enacted by Fano militia and the Amhara regional government in eastern Wallagga, including Horo Guduru, and east, north and western Showa.
We members of the Oromo communities in the United Kingdom and British citizens are here in front of 10 Downing Street today to protest against the Ethiopian regime and to appeal to you and your good office in request of your support to stop the regime's genocidal war waged against the Oromo people in Oromia.
In Dambidolo, electricity services have been cut off for more than a month now. This blackout has impacted railway operations, restaurants and many other businesses. The impact of the blackout on economic activity has been severe and residents are feeling the consequences on their daily lives. The government's continued collective punishment of people in Oromia because they are suspected supporters of the OLA is also the reason this blackout has taken place in Dambidolo. The suspension of services like electricity and cellular network has become a common occurrence in Western Oromia over the last 5 years. In the West Arsi town of Ababa, in the small village of Hunte Alola, government forces continue to terrorize civilians. Mr. Kasim Waliyi, the appointed leader of the town Hunte, along with 3 other Kebele leaders in the area whose names are not known, were all killed. A source has told OMN that since these killings took place, up to 200 people were arbitrarily arrested, including a mother and her 2-month-old baby. None of those that were detained have been brought before a court of law. In the district of Meta Robi, the government have been killing and displacing people suspected of being supporters of the Oromo Liberation Army. In the village of Dulla on the 17th of July, the government launched an attack on unarmed civilians. OMN has been told that a number of people have died. 25 patriarchs appointed by the Oromia Nations and Nationalities Synod have been placed in house arrest in Addis Ababa. A source has told OMN that after a discussion that the patriarchs were called to in the Prime Minister's office, they were all placed in house arrest. Bishop Sereke Birhan Walde Samuel, who travelled from Australia to participate in the election of the new patriarchs in Tigray, was forced to return to Australia after being detained for 3 days in Bole Airport. That's all for today. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Surati Kadir, bringing you news from Oromia, Ethiopia, the Horn region and the world here on the Oromia Media Network.